Worldwide have expressed condolences following the tragic Jeju airplane accident at Muan International Airport yesterday. United States President Joe Biden offered support to Korea, while European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and German Chancellor Olaf Scholz extended sympathy to the victims' families, with Scholz wishing a speedy recovery for the injured. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer and Thai Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra also shared their sorrow, with Shinawatra directing immediate assistance to the victims' families. Chinese President Xi Jinping and Japanese Prime Minister Ishiba Shigeru also conveyed their condolences. Time now for the weather. Currently, it is 11 degrees Celsius and cloudy. That's all we have time for this hour's news. Thanks for listening. You're listening to BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is Midday Mate with Nick Greenwood. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
It is sad that most people live their lives unremarked by history. Through we hope to be remembered by our family and friends, our achievements are often of small note and soon forgotten. There are, of course, a few people whose names will live long after them, and then there are those anonymous pioneers whose achievements changed the course of history, but whose names are, for the most part, unknown to us. So today, we're going to talk about forgotten historical figures that changed our life. It's Monday, December the 30th, 2024. This is Midday Mate. Let's get into it.
Well, they say people come, they say people go. This particular diamond was extra special. And though you might be gone and the world may not know, still I see a celestial. And I should, but I can't let you go. But when I'm cold, yeah, when I'm cold, there's a light that you give me when I'm in shadow. There's a feeling within me, an everglow. Like brothers in blood, or sisters who ride. Yeah, we swore on that night we'd be friends till we died. But the changing of winds and the way waters flow, life is short as the falling of snow. And I'm gonna miss you, I know. But when I'm cold in what I wrote, so I know you're always with me, and the way you will show, and you're with me wherever I go. someone, you should let them know. Oh, the light that you give me will ever glow.
And that song was Everglow by Coldplay. Now, Everglow is a song by the British rock band Coldplay, and it's the fourth track from their seventh studio album, titled A Head Full of Dreams, and it came out in 2016. Frontman Chris Martin explained the song's meaning in an interview, and he said it's a song about when someone passes away or when a relationship ends and you miss somebody in whatever capacity. It's about holding on to the good parts of that. And I think it's a fitting way to begin our Monday episode of Midday Mate here. As we enter this week of mourning for the victims of the terrible incident that occurred yesterday, I hope we can show respect and love in this time of hardship and pain. Please feel free to leave comments and, of course, encourage one another in these times. Welcome everybody to Midday Mate. You're live in the studio in Busan this Monday afternoon, and you're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Kijang, Cheongwan and Noksan areas. I'm your host Nick, and it's a pleasure to be back with you today, even in these dark times. I'm going to let you know what's coming up in today's show, but it is nice to see that we have lots of friends, lots of mates coming in on YouTube Live to say hello. Drift Monkey Nim, it's good to see you. Benny Nim as well with condolences. Soy Nim, good afternoon. It's always good to see you. Jin Lee Nim as well saying 안녕하세요. 오늘은 조용히 감사히 듣겠습니다. It's always good to have you here, my friend. And anyone else as well who's joining in, Po Nim as well. It's always lovely to have you here. Saying 다들 hello, 힘냅시다. All of these encouraging comments, I think, will be fantastic during our 2-hour show today. And I'm going to let you know what's coming up for the next couple of hours. In hour number 1, we're going to have Lister Mania, where we introduce various kinds of list. And today, as we mentioned in the introduction, we're talking about forgotten historical figures that changed our life. After that, Jennifer will be in the studio for Cultural Kaleidoscope, where she introduces interesting, diverse cultures and etiquette from all over the world. In hour number 2, it won't stop. We have today's quote, where we introduce encouraging quotes from famous people. Bite-sized banter after with Kimberly, having a daily conversation over a theme, a light-hearted topic, to learn a bit of English and learn a bit more of a natural speaking style. Kimberly is here for that. Of course, Don't Make a Scene will be after that, where we introduce useful English expressions after listening to a short clip. This week, stay tuned, because I have brought in a new media form, a TV show, I'll give you that hint just now, that some of you might enjoy. And then at the end, to wrap things up, we'll have Change Up, where we introduce one sentence and we change it into various sentences with the same meaning, so we can have a bit more of a variety on the way that we speak. Of course, I will be checking your messages throughout the show. It's great to see lots of messages coming in. Benny Nim saying the last Monday with Nick for Midday Mate 2 as well. It is my last Monday. It doesn't feel real, but I still will be at BFM, so don't worry about that. Just a shift in time. Now, if you wanted to message in, but you're not quite sure what to say, maybe you're a little bit shy, I'm going to give you the question of the day that you can answer at any time. Just send us a message. And this is the question. If you could contribute to the future of humanity, what would you do? If you could contribute to the future of humanity, what would you do? 후대 인류를 위해서 기여할 수 있다면 어떤 것을 하실 건가요? Send your messages to pound 9050, sharp 9050, which will cost you 101. A Kakao Talk message, just search for BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. You can add us, send us messages for free. You can also download the smartphone app. Just search for BEFM or 부산영어방송 at any app store. And even better, you can go onto YouTube, go onto the BEFM page, click on Midday Mate because we're live, and you can see me in the studio and also, of course, talk with all of our friends and our mates in the live chatting area if you want to feel a little bit of community. So there is a lot going on today, and we're going to take a song break and we'll be back with Lister Mania. This is Holding Back the Years by Simply Red.
Holding back the years, thinking of the fear I've had so long. When somebody hears, listen to the fear that's gone. Strangled by the wishes of fate, open for the arms of nature. Get to me the sooner or later. Holding back the years, chance for me escape from all I've known. Holding back the tears, 'cause nothing here is grown. I've wasted all my tears, wasted all those years. Nothing had the chance to be good. Nothing ever could, yeah. Oh, well, I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on. So tight. All right. Oh, now. Well, I've wasted all my tears, wasted all of those years, and nothing had the chance to be good, 'cause nothing ever could. I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on. Holding, holding, holding. I said, ooh, well, that's all I have today. It's all I have to say.
Welcome back, everybody, to Listomania. We just listened to Holding Back the Years by Simply Red. It is now 12:18 in the afternoon on a Monday, and it is time to move on to our next segment, which is Listomania. Just before that, we just want to read a few messages that we've had coming in from our community, from our friends here. We had Retronym, welcome to the show, my friend, saying 좋은 오후예요, and asking if we're okay and saying 애도하는 하루네요. It is a day where we do want to show respect and show love to one another after such a huge crisis in the country, as human to human. I think it's very important. So I hope you will all join me in this as well, because I think we've all been quite badly affected by it as well. We have Soinem as well saying it's a sad day, but thank you for the broadcast as well, even on a day like this. And saying 차분한 네게 목소리 들으니 위안이 되네요. I hope that you do find some peace, Soinem, and thank you for messaging in as always. We also had a message from Benny Nim, who was answering the text topic today. I did ask you the question about contributing to the future of humanity, which is something that sounds like a good thing right about now. The question was, if you could contribute to humanity in the future, what would you do? 후대 인류를 위해서 기여할 수 있다면 어떤 것을 하실 건가요? 가 오늘의 텍스트 토픽 질문이에요. Benny는 messaging in, saying, for me, I would contribute by writing a book. And the reason, either a novel or biography book would help our world to know one famous person. So, you want to be a writer and let future generations know about the world that we live in today. And I think books are probably the number one thing that help us learn about the past. So I think that future generations, if they read Benny's book, they'll get a good idea of the person or the situation that Benny was writing about. I think that's a fantastic thing to contribute to humanity, information and knowledge about your time. Drift Monkey Nim saying, if I could contribute to the future of humanity, I would try to make AI open source and free. Try. Interesting. I guess AI systems right now are free to use in the form, of course, of, the big one, ChatGPT. That way we can find out lots of information, we can write things. It's used for some nefarious purposes as well. But I guess, are you talking about the AI code of itself? If that could be free, if it was used in the right hands, I'm sure it would be a great thing. Who knows what it would be used for, though? But I think that's a great start. Who knows, in the future, it could be open source and free. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Keep the messages coming in. I'd love to hear how you would want to contribute to the future of humanity. You can send your messages to pound 9050, sharp 9050, which will cost you 101, a Kakao Talk message, a YouTube live message as well. Just hop onto our YouTube page, click on Midday Mate, and you can see me in the studio, and also a talk with all of our wonderful mates in the live chatting area. So our Listomania subject for today is forgotten historical figures that changed our life. So, we all are aware of the famous big figures who made great inventions, who changed the world. And, of course, they're famous for a reason. There's no doubt how important they are, like Martin Luther King, Marie Curie, lots of people who are well known for their field who did change the world. But not everyone can be remembered, unfortunately. And so today we're talking about forgotten historical figures that changed our life in ways that, we can't imagine. Well, if their pioneering inventions weren't here, we wouldn't be able to imagine the world. So, number one on this list is Philo Farnsworth. If you have heard of Philo Farnsworth, let me know, but this might be an unfamiliar name for many. In 1927, Philo Farnsworth managed to transmit an image of a straight line through the air. Now, by 1929, he had improved his design and managed to transmit a picture of his wife in just 2 years. Much more exciting, even if the picture was a little blurry. Though he called it an image dissector, Philo had in fact just invented the television. So, why did John Logie Baird get the credit? Well, Baird was one of the pioneers of television and also much more business-minded. He demonstrated the first color television in 1928. Now, Philo turned down offers to buy out his patents and started his own business. But He couldn't compete with the large companies that were getting in on the act, and his business folded. Philo remained an inventor until the end of his life in 1971, but he did never invent anything again as wonderful as the TV. So Philo Farnsworth is the true father of the television, of transmitting images through the air, which is fascinating. Next on the list, we have Henry Dunant. Now, Henry Dunant won the very first Nobel Peace Prize in 1901. Passing through Solferino, Italy, during the Second Italian War of Independence, Dunant was appalled at the suffering that he saw. In 1862, he published a book, A Memory of Solferino, in which he described the efforts that were being made to care for the wounded at the scene. He also proposed a plan. Dunant suggested the nations of the world should form their own relief societies to care for the wounded and train volunteers on the best ways to treat them. He also wanted the governments of the world to guarantee that wounded soldiers would be treated and that those treating them would be guaranteed safe passage. Dunant travelled all over Europe promoting his plan, and on August the 22nd, 1864, 12 nations signed the First Geneva Convention, agreeing to guarantee neutrality to sanitary personnel, to expedite supplies for their use, and to adopt a special identifying emblem, in virtually all instances, a red cross on a field of white. Henry Dunant had helped to bring about the First Geneva Convention, which has saved the lives of thousands of soldiers around the world, and he also founded the Red Cross. Next on the list, we have Louis Latimer. Now, Louis Latimer is the son of runaway slaves and was the first draftsman who helped Alexander Graham Bell file his patent for the telephone. Now, that is considered quite impressive, but it's not all that he did. Latimer also patented a carbon filament for the incandescent light bulb in 1881. Though Thomas Edison is generally credited as the inventor of the light bulb, he had, until that time, only been able to make light bulbs light up for a few minutes at a time. Latimer patented his method for making carbon filaments, which allowed light bulbs to burn for hours before burning out. Considered much more useful. Not only that, Latimer was a pioneer of the electric lighting industry and one of the charter members of the Edison Pioneers, who worked closely with Edison in the further development of electric light. Of the original 100 pioneers, Louis Latimer was the only black man. He went on to invent a number of other useful gadgets, including a flushing train toilet and a device which cooled and disinfected patients' rooms in hospitals, thus reducing the rate of hospital-acquired infections. Now, if I'm going to be honest, Louis Latimer is an unfamiliar, a new name for me. I had no idea what an impact he had in so many areas. So Louis Latimer is a name to remember. All right, next on the list we have Niels Bohlin. Now, Niels Bohlin was working for a famous car company, I believe a Swedish famous car company, in 1958, when he came up with a revolutionary design that has saved millions of lives. And I bet most of you know what it is. It's the seatbelt. Now, simple lap seatbelts had been around for a long time, but they were only, like the name suggests, across the lap. They didn't cover the chest. But the 3-point safety belt, which is the one that goes over the shoulder, it was a major technological advancement with a fairly simple design. Bohlin received a patent for the design the next year. After some initial resistance from drivers who resented being told what to do, even for their own good, the 3-point seatbelt has become a standard feature in cars around the world. There's no way of knowing exactly how many lives the seatbelt has saved, but the number is estimated to be in the millions. We have Drift Monkey Nim saying, that Swedish car brand is a safety beast. I do totally agree. It's considered one of the safest car brands in the world. Can't say the name, of course, but I have heard that same thing. And those were our list. That was our list of forgotten people, historical figures that changed our life. Hopefully now we have an idea of who created these wonderful inventions that have saved lives and made our lives so much more convenient. We had Philo Farnsworth, Henry Dunant, Louis Latimer, and Niels Bohlin as well. We have some messages coming in as well. We have Daejeon Hana Citizen, 26 Ki. Welcome, Im Sung-hwan-nim. Welcome to the show. It's good to see you. We're going to take a quick song break and then we will be back very soon. Don't go anywhere. This is White Winter Hymnal by Birdie.
Following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied around their throats, to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turn round and there you go, and Michael, you will fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime. I was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied around their throats, to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turn around and there you go, and Michael, you will fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime. I was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied around their throats, to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turn around and there you go, and Michael, you will fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime.
That was White Winter Hymnal by Birdie. Welcome back, everyone, to Midday Mate. The time is now 12:31 in the afternoon, and we did just come back from Listomania, where we were talking about some forgotten historical figures who changed the world. It definitely gave me a little bit more appreciation for some of the people. In fact, the thousands of people who we just don't know the names of, who have changed the world and made our lives much better, much more convenient. Well, everyone, welcome back, and I just want to remind you of the question of the day. It is about the future of humanity. The question is, if you could contribute to the future of humanity, how would you contribute? What would you do? 후대 인류를 위해서 기여할 수 있다면 어떤 것을 하실 건가요? 가 오늘의 텍스트 토픽 질문입니다. We did have some messages coming in about writing books, making AI free for people, and Driftmonkey Nim came back with a response saying, if we could get AI source code to people in less developed countries, I think the opportunities it would bring to them could be endless. For sure. Where there is a lack of people making maybe good decisions in those places, hopefully AI could be a force for good. It could improve their lives and the facilities there as well. That's a good point. I hadn't actually thought of that. I like that. Everyone else, please also send us your messages. How would you want to contribute to the future of humanity? It doesn't have to be anything grand. It doesn't have to be writing a book or, making a huge revolution. It could be something simple, like having a child, raising them well so that they can keep raising the next generation as well. Tell me, how would you contribute to the future of humanity? You can send your messages to pound 9050, sharp 9050, which will cost you 101. A Kakao Talk message, just search for BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Or you can also go onto YouTube Live. Go onto YouTube, type in BEFM, click on Midday Mate, and you can see me in the studio. And also talk with our wonderful community and our friends here who are building each other up and you can participate that way. Don't go anywhere because right now we have Jennifer in the studio for Cultural Kaleidoscope. It is now time for Cultural Kaleidoscope, where we explore fascinating cultural traditions from around the world. And of course, we have Jennifer joining me in the studio. Hello.
Hi, Nick.
I usually ask you, how are you doing? It might be a stupid question, but...
It's hard to smile because of tragedy that we have experienced. And I would like to express my deepest condolences to the victims and their family members. I can't imagine what they are going through, you know.
It is difficult. It's hard to come to grips with it. It doesn't feel real in a way.
No, and this such tragedy should never be repeated again.
I know.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, nonetheless, it's always nice to have you here, bringing some positivity into the studio, which I'm always very grateful for. You bring with you information about cultures and traditions and how the world sees the same topic. You know, we've talked about Christmas, we've talked about dating and food.
So many things so far, you know, for the past few weeks.
The world is a big place, and I thank you for bringing it to us. So can you tell us what we're talking about today?
As we approach 2025, in 2 days, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I thought we could talk about how different cultures celebrate new beginnings, not just the new year, but also other milestones in life, like moving into a new home and reaching adulthood.
Yes.
And,
New beginnings, they mark milestones in our lives. So like you said, you know, maybe moving into a new home, it could be a housewarming, a coming-of-age celebration. I know in the Jewish culture, bar mitzvah, it's when you're 13.
Yeah, that's right.
Right,
Yeah.
becoming an adult or ringing in the new year. Every culture has a unique way of commemorating these moments. So can you tell us where we're going to begin?
Okay, let's start with housewarming ceremonies or parties, which are often rich with the symbolism. In India, for example, there's the Griha Pravashi ceremony, a ritual performed when moving into a new home. It involves blessings, lighting lamps, and boiling milk to symbolize prosperity and purity.
I see. That sounds beautiful. Very different from traditions we probably have here or even in the West. I know India is very famous for its colors.
Yeah,
they have the
that's
Holy
right.
High festivals, lots of colors and wedding ceremonies. They're very decorated in beautiful colors.
So unique.
In Western cultures, housewarming parties, they're usually much more casual. They're meaningful because people want to wish you, a good life.
Just different.
It's different, and it's even different in Korea. The gifts that you provide are very interesting.
Yeah, that's right. In many countries, guests often bring symbolic gifts like in the West, I know bread, salt, and wine in some countries. Bread ensures the household will never go hungry. Salt represents the flavor of life, and wine symbolizes joy and prosperity.
Okay, that's interesting. So how about Korea then? I know a couple of things.
Yeah.
I know one main one. But what is the must-bring item for a Korean housewarming party?
We normally take a pack of toilet rolls.
Right.
I'm sure you heard about that.
Yes.
Or washing detergent. The toilet rolls symbolize wishing for everything to roll smoothly in the new home, while the detergent represents a wish for abundance and prosperity, just like the bubbles it creates.
That's interesting. I always, whenever I've moved to a few places and I had friends that moved and we exchanged toilet roll, but I didn't really think about the symbolic nature. I always thought of it as a more practical thing.
Yeah,
something I
exactly.
can use, something I might just forget to buy because I've been 정신없어 from moving into a new house. But it's really nice hearing about the symbolic nature of
Yeah,
that.
there's meaning into it. Yeah.
And I love how these traditions focus on good fortune and community. So what about coming-of-age rituals? There are such pivotal new beginnings.
Yeah, it's very important. In Japan, there's a Seijin Nohi, or Coming of Age Day, celebrated on the second Monday of January. Young adults who turned 20 in the past year dress in traditional attire such as kimonos and participate in ceremonies at local government offices. It's a rite of a passage symbolizing their entry into adulthood.
That's a very formal and respectful way to honor these traditions.
Yeah.
That's interesting. What about other examples?
Well, in Korea, coming of age day is celebrated when young adults turn 20. It's a symbolic celebration where they receive roses, perfume, and sometimes even a kiss from boyfriend if they are taken. It's a moment to recognize their entry into adulthood.
I never realized that. I guess when I came to Korea, I was already 22 or 23.
Okay.
So I guess I missed that day.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. That's awesome. Now, in the US, I've heard that while there isn't a national coming of age day, milestones like a 16th birthday are very important.
Yeah.
I've seen on a lot of television shows, like 16th birthday parties are very 거창하고
맞아요. Because they can
화려하고.
get a driver's license.
They can drive, yes.
It's a big deal, right?
It's almost like an 18th birthday because I guess they're slowly becoming an adult. It's celebrated in unique ways.
Yeah, they enter legal adulthood
Right.
as soon as they turn 18.
See, in the UK, we can start driving at 17, and then 18 is the big day. Because, in the USA, it's the drinking age is 21.
21, yeah, I heard
It's
that.
quite old. Korea is 19, right?
Yeah, that's right.
England is 18, so fairly similar there.
I mean, of course, you can drink at home or
of course.
places,
So what about in Latin America?
In Latin American cultures, there's a quinceañera, a lavish celebration for a girl's 15th birthday.
Okay.
It's both a cultural and religious ceremony, often involving a church service followed by a grand party. The event signifies her transition from childhood to womanhood.
It's really interesting.
For girls, yeah.
Yeah, for girls. I think it's really interesting how every culture focuses on a different age. So in a lot of Latin America is 15.
15.
The USA is 16. UK is 18. Korea is 20.
Yeah.
And in Jewish culture is 13. Mostly
Yeah.
I think for boys, I think it's for boys. It might be for both. But it's fascinating. It's very different
they
culture.
differ very much,
Yeah.
right?
But they still have the core idea of celebrating growth and maturity. Now, before we continue further, we're going to talk a lot more about this, but we're going to take a quick song break first, so don't go anywhere. This is Shine by Madrugada.
Did I talk in my sleep? Now, hey, did I wait to find you crying by my side? Me, I never said that it would. Just that the way love goes, we have to go to. Oh well, honey, tonight I'm here. Tonight I'll now fall like a star. Oh, in time, you and I will shine.
just listened to Shine by Madrugadar. Welcoming you back to Midday Mate. We had a message from Soinim saying 오늘 선곡 다 너무 좋네요. 감사합니다. I'm glad you appreciate them. Thank you for enjoying that. And thank you for your message as well. We're here with Jennifer for Cultural Kaleidoscope. We've been talking about how different cultures and different countries celebrate coming of age. And we've talked about Korea, Latin America, Japan. So I'm looking forward to see where we're going next.
Okay, speaking of new beginnings, New Year's celebrations are perhaps the most universally recognized.
Of course.
And in Korea, the Lunar New Year, or Seollal, is a major holiday filled with traditions. Families gather to perform ancestral rituals, enjoy 떡국, rice cake soup, and play traditional games like yunori.
Yeah.
Eating 떡국 is especially meaningful as it symbolizes growing 1 year older and welcoming a fresh start.
It's interesting because I never grew up with these games, but when I worked in 어린이집, I was with a
Really?
I used to work in a nursery school.
Okay.
And it was odd because I didn't grow up in Korea, but I taught these almost babies growing up. So I kind of grew up with them. I learned a lot about children's Korean culture and games and books, which I'm very grateful for. So with these kids, I would always end up playing things like yunori, chuho, things like that, and so I was very grateful for that, and it looked like so much fun, and it was a pleasure watching these kids, have this culture instilled in them.
Yeah, I like these traditional games.
So do people wear traditional clothing too?
Less and less, but some people wear hanbok, which adds to the festive atmosphere. While it's not so commonly worn as in the past, children and newlyweds still wear it on special occasions.
Okay.
And for families who love the tradition, wearing hanbok is something they do every year.
It's a beautiful garment, and it's something that I see a lot of tourists wear.
Have you ever worn hanbok?
Of course, yeah, I have.
On your wedding day?
I didn't do pebek.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Because I got married during Corona, and it was a bit a tough time then. But I used to go to Jeonju, and I used to do the hanbok cheom. I've done a few shows where I've worn it for the camera, so it's definitely beautiful. I do like wearing it, and I think it looks very graceful as well.
Yeah, I agree.
I wish I saw more people wearing it on the streets, maybe. That would be cool.
I think there are more foreigners wearing hanbok than Koreans.
Yeah, and I think it's good that, foreigners are appreciating this part of Korean tradition.
Like most visitors, I know that they want to experience this hanbok cheom.
Yeah, for sure. So Japan as well. Tell us about the New Year.
Well, in Japan, there's also unique New Year tradition. Families eat osechi meals, beautifully arranged dishes packed with symbolic meanings. To celebrate the occasion, for example, ebi, shrimp, represents longevity, while kuromami, black beans, symbolize good health. And sorry, my pronunciation is wrong. Karunoko, herring roe, is a symbol of fertility and prosperity. 그 청어알이 또 그런 부유의 상징이라고 해요.
I really like how food has a lot of meaning in these cultures too. There's so much, these traditions tie in, so much symbolism and hope for the future. Now, what other unique new beginning traditions can we explore?
Maybe you know of this already. In Scotland, there's this first footing on New Year's Eve, where the first person to enter your home after midnight brings gifts like coal, 석탄 조각, or whiskey to ensure good luck.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. I can see how maybe some people don't want to be the first person after midnight. Coal and whiskey are very. I guess coal is to heat the house in the old days, and whiskey is to heat your stomach, I guess. To make you warmer inside. I've heard it's a very community-oriented celebration.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of community celebration, in South Africa, some communities have a tradition of throwing out old furniture on New Year's Eve to symbolize letting go of the past and making space for new opportunities.
Oh, and a kind of a way to declutter
Yeah.
your home and your mind as well.
I think a lot of households need that, right?
Yeah, it's a very bold way to embrace change.
No, it really is.
We have a Soinim messaging in about the hanbok saying 닉 한복 잘 어울릴 것 같아요. 한복 입으면 경복궁 무료 입장인데 언제 꼭 한번 한복 입고 오시면 좋겠어요.
저도 들었어요. You should wear it one day.
I think 경복궁, it's not a very expensive entry, is it? It's quite...
No.
3,000원? I can't remember.
몇천 원.
몇천 원.
네.
It's been a long time since I wore a hanbok. Maybe I will. Thank you for the...
You will attract all the attention.
yeah. But thank you for the idea, Soinem. Do you wear hanboks on occasion?
It's been a long time since I wore one. Yeah. But I should find it.
Yeah, I think you would suit one very well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then you have like culture like the Chinese where cleaning the house before the Lunar New Year is crucial to sweep away bad luck and make room for a good fortune.
Okay, that's another beautiful metaphor for starting fresh.
Yeah, I should follow Chinese tradition in 2025 and do some cleaning, major cleaning before the Lunar New Year.
I think a lot of us, I think myself as well, will be part
And
of that
the
too.
African furniture throwing thing that I should also try.
I think because we learn so many different cultures, it would be awesome to incorporate a little bit of all of these into our lives.
Yeah,
right?
such a unique culture, so many of them.
I've got your script saved, so I might have to revise them and just think about what can I do this year. So it's been a really inspiring conversation. So from housewarming ceremonies to New Year's traditions, it's clear that New Year's beginnings are celebrated in so many ways around the world.
Yeah, that's true. And it's a reminder that while our traditions may differ, the hope and excitement of starting a new year is universal.
Yeah.
We all start with the hope and a wish, right?
Yeah. And I think this year, after this tragedy, it's hard to hold on to hope at times like this.
We just need to pray and
band together as well, spread love.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing these fascinating insights. And to our listeners, how do you celebrate new beginnings in your culture? You can share your thoughts with us.
Oh, I'd love to know more about it. Yeah.
How do you usually spend your New Year's on a normal year?
A normal year, I want to answer like, I go out and see like sunrise, but I don't do that. Like I haven't done that for a long time. But this year, I want to start the new year more diligently.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
A better self, a New Year's resolution that hopefully you can keep as well.
And practice more kindness to others.
I think that's very important as well.
Yeah.
Before you go, I'm quite interested to ask you our text topic because it's about the future. The future of humanity. Now, I know you do a lot of work which talks about improving people, helping people improve their skills. So if you could contribute to the future of humanity, how would you contribute, whether it's a book or helping people?
Yeah, I try to do that through education, training people and letting them know about the importance of humanity, teamwork, good communication skills. So I will continue to do that because the new technology is important, it's essential.
Right.
But these human skills, I believe, are more important. We need to take care of each other.
We're still humans at the end of the day.
We need to cooperate, help each other, support each other. That's what makes the world go round.
I love that. That's beautiful. Jennifer, it's been a pleasure, and it's our last time seeing each other.
I know, but I'll see you on another show.
We'll see you on the new show. So it's not goodbye, it's just to see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay.
We're going to wrap up the first half here. Please don't go anywhere because we will be back very soon for the second half. This is Gravity by Hooverphonic.
I do stumble and fall over you. Trip every night, trip every day. of the deep dark sea. The twister lifts me up till the point I can't breathe. When we try to jump, the floor is even harder. Gravity controls the way we're falling. Gravity controls the way we sing. We're floating into space, oh boy. Why don't you tumble down? So why don't you hit the ground? So I can keep on fighting against nature's laws. No longer gravity controls the way we're falling. Gravity controls the way we sink. We're floating into space, oh boy. It's nice to be kissed by you. It's so nice to be kissed by you.
새로운 시작의 해맞이 축제까지. 부산의 축제는 우리의 열정을 가득 담고 있습니다. 바쁜 일상은 잠시 뒤로 하고 특별한 시간을 선물 받는 바로 이곳 부산에서 우리의 삶은 축제가 됩니다. 축제로 하나 되는 부산. 여러분은 어떤 축제를 기다리시나요? 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 BFM 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
We are
The Firefighter Duo.
Winter is so dry. Let's prevent fire by keeping these 3 rules. If you take caution, you can prevent a fire.
The number one cause of fire in winter are electric blankets. Take special caution with highly flammable materials such as memory foam, toppers, and bedding.
Number 2, having too many appliances on the power outlet is dangerous. Always unplug all the appliances that you're not currently using.
Number 3, check the heater is off before leaving the house. Leaving it on for an extended period of time can cause a fire.
Let's all take part in preventing fire and have warm and safe winter this year.
Tune into BFM 부산영어방송 for an emergency broadcast.
This campaign is brought to you by BFM 부산영어방송.
살림꾼 김재우의 살림템 추천. 창틀 바람막이로 실내 온기 지켜줄게. 포장은 다회용기로. 플라스틱 거절한다. 우리 식재료로 유통을 줄이면 탄소를 줄일 수 있어. 이 모든 건 기후위기에 대응하는 지구 살림템. 여러분도 함께해요. 공익광고협의회.
The time is now 1 o'clock.
Somebody said you got a new friend. But does she love you better than I can? And there's a big black sky over my town. I know where you're at, I bet she's around. Gotta see it for myself. I'm in the corner watching you kiss her. Oh, oh, oh. And I'm right over here. Why can't you see me? messed up, I'm so out of line. Stilettos and broken bottles, I'm spinning around in circles, and I'm in the corner watching you kiss it. Oh, and I'm right over here. Why can't you see me? Oh, and I'm giving it my all, but I'm not the guy you're taking home. Ooh, and I keep dancing on my own. And so far away, but still so near. The lights come on, the music dies, but you don't see me standing here. I just came to say goodbye. I'm in the corner watching you kiss her. Oh, and I'm giving it my all, but I'm not the guy you're taking home. Ooh, and I keep dancing on my own. And now, said I'm in the corner watching you kiss her. Oh no, and I'm right over here. Why can't you see me? Oh no, and I'm giving it my all, but I'm not the guy you're taking home. Ooh, and I keep dancing on my own. So far away, but still so near. The lights come on, the music dies, but you don't see me standing here.
You just heard Dancing on My Own by Callum Scott. Now, Dancing on My Own was Callum Scott's first single. He posted it to his video channel in 2014, and then he sang it on his audition for Britain's Got Talent in 2015. After a 6th place finish, Scott released it on his own in 2016. And the song quickly found an audience and landed him a record deal with Capitol Records. And with support from the label, the song reached an even wider audience and went all the way to number 2 in the UK. And that was our intro song to part 2 of Midday Mate. You're live in the studio in Busan this Monday afternoon. And I hope you're having as good as the day as you can have today. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Kijang, Cheongwan and Oksan areas. I'm your host Nick, and this is the second half of the show. In the first half, I did ask you a question. The text topic of the day was about the future of humanity. And the question was, if you could contribute to future humanity, what would you do? 후대 인류를 위해 기여할 수 있다면 어떤 것을 하실 건가요? 오늘의 텍스트 토픽 질문이에요. We had some messages coming in. We had Pornim messaging in saying, I want to reduce social media platforms because I think they distract people's minds and make us compare with each other. I think that's a very good point. I know right now in the US there's talks of, banning certain social media sites. I don't know how that will go down, but I, for one, don't think it is a terrible thing to reduce social media platforms. I do agree that they do distract people. They make us insecure by comparing our lives with people who have it better than us. So there are definitely some negatives. Whether or not they outweigh the positives, I'm not too sure. But I think if you somehow manage to do that, that would be quite an incredible thing. We have Soinem as well saying 후손들을 위해서 할 수 있는 일은 지금 환경을 보존하고 아끼는 것이 아닐까 생각해 봅니다. Preserving the environment, taking care of this earth for our future generations. I totally agree. These days we're seeing in the news, people say that we're past the point of no return already, and that the effects of human activity will be felt by the next generation. But that's not to say that it's too late, because we can keep doing things and we can start now and try harder. So I do agree with you. That's a great message. Thank you for that. Also asking a question about January the 1st 첫 방송은 녹음 방송이죠. Midday Mate for your Busan 둘 다. 예, 맞습니다. 녹방입니다. The first day of New Year's has been pre-recorded, so just be aware of that. The live shows will be the day after, on the 2nd of January. Also, we had Im Sung-hwan Nim as well, who's been messaging in today. It's been fantastic to see you, saying that they're visiting Busan, which I assume you are from Daejeon, because your profile name is Daejeon Hana citizen. So they're coming to Busan saying 저는 자유의 도시 부산을 즐기러 떠나겠습니다. 올스타에서 만나요. You're coming to Busan. I hope you have an amazing time. I've never been to Daejeon. It is on my list though, because I do love traveling around the country. Daejeon is definitely on my list, but I hope that you come here and you have an amazing time and you make some wonderful memories. It's fantastic that you're coming to visit. Let's have a look. We've got more messages coming in. Some people missing David as well. Benny Nim, are you missing? Saying we miss David. Yeah, I miss David too. He's only been gone for a few days, but David was definitely a great character. Hopefully we will see more of him in the future. Okay. I'm going to tell you what's coming up in the second half of today's show. We have today's quote, as always, beginning the second half, where we introduce encouraging quotes from famous people, bite-sized banter after that, daily fun conversations with a theme, and Kimberly is here to help us there. Don't make a scene after that, where we introduce useful English expressions after listening to a short clip, and then to round off the show, we will have Change Up, where we introduce one sentence and change it into various sentences with the same meaning, so that we can have a larger array of vocabulary, sentence structure. We can speak English in a more varied way. Of course, I'll be checking your messages throughout the show. Please continue to send me your questions of the day answers. One more time, the question is, if you could contribute to the future of humanity, what would you do? 후대 인류를 위해 기여할 수 있다면 어떤 것을 하실 건가요? 오늘의 텍스트 토픽 질문입니다. Send your messages to pound 9050 sharp 9050, which will cost you 101. Kakao Talk message. Just search for BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. You can download the smartphone app by searching the same thing in any app store, or go onto YouTube. Go onto BEFM's YouTube page and click on Midday Mate, because we're live. And then you can see me here in the studio and talk with all of our wonderful mates in the live chatting area. Pornim saying goodbyes right now, saying, I need to leave now because I'm going to my workplace. And you're practicing driving with your dad. That's amazing. Please be safe. I know it's very scary when you're practicing driving, especially in a busy big city like Busan, but stay safe. Always, my one advice, always check your mirrors, the rear view mirror, the wing mirrors, always check them and be vigilant. But, be safe, my friend, and I hope it's successful. All right, we're going to take a song break, and then we'll be back with today's quote. This is Bad Day, the acoustic version by Daniel Powter.
Where was the moment we needed the most? You kick up the leaves and the magic is lost. You tell me your blue skies fade to gray, and tell me your passion's gone away, and I don't need no care, no. You stand in the line, just did in the low. You fade faking a smile, let the coffee go. And tell me your life's been way off the line. You fall into pieces every time, and I don't need no carrying on. Because he had a bad day, you're taking one down. You sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie. You work on a smile and you go for a ride. You had a bad day, the camera don't lie. You're coming back and down and you really don't mind. You had a bad day, yeah. You had a bad day. Blue sky all the day. The point is I laugh at what you say, and I don't need no caring, no. You had a bad day, you're taking one down. You sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie. You work on a smile that you go for a ride. You had a bad day, the camera don't lie. You're coming back and down and you really don't mind. You had a bad day, yeah. Ooh, what a holiday. Well, sometimes the system goes on the blink, and the whole thing, it turns out wrong. You might not make it back, and you know that you can be with love that's strong. And I'm not wrong, no, 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 no. So where was the passion when you need it the most? Oh, you and I, you kick up the leaves and the magic is lost. 'Cause you had a bad day, you're taking one down. You sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie. You work on a smile, then you go for a ride. You had a bad day, you see what you like. And how does it feel one more time? You had a bad day. You had a bad day.
We just listened to Bad Day by Daniel Powter, the acoustic version. I hope you enjoyed that song. 소희님 saying 오늘 선곡들 너무 좋아요. 노래로 많은 위로가 되네요. 감사합니다. I'm glad to hear that. Music is definitely powerful, and I hope that this, like it did for you, I hope that the music is comforting all of our listeners in some way or the other. Right now, it is time to move on to our next segment, which is today's quote. And this is where we go over an encouraging quote by an influential or famous person, usually to give a bit of a pick-me-up through the day, or if people are feeling a little bit dejected, a little bit discouraged. Hopefully this segment will offer some good advice for you. It generally tends to sit well with people. Today is a quote by Edward R. Murrow, and this is the quote. Difficulty is the excuse history never accepts. Difficulty is the excuse history never accepts. 어려움은 역사가 결코 받아들이지 않는 변명입니다. Now, Edward R. Murrow is a legendary journalist and broadcaster, and he once famously said, difficulty is the excuse that history never accepts. These words hold a profound truth that transcends time and resonates with individuals in all walks of life. Murrow's statement serves as a reminder that challenges and obstacles are a natural part of the human experience, and it is how we respond to these difficulties that ultimately shapes our legacy. Throughout history, there have been countless individuals who have faced seemingly insurmountable challenges and adversities, yet they persevered and achieved greatness. From civil rights leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. To inventors like Thomas Edison, these individuals refuse to let difficulty be an excuse for failure. Instead, they use their struggles as fuel to drive them towards their goals and make a lasting impact on the world. And this is a great quote for people who maybe want to give up at times. When things get tough, when the situation becomes too much to bear, it is often easy to give up and say things are too difficult and to retreat back into comfort. But this quote by Edward R. Murrow is basically telling you not to do that, because while you may feel bad, nothing will change if you give up. And that is today's quote: difficulty is the excuse history never accepts. 어려움은 역사가 결코 받아들이지 않는 변명입니다. We have Benny Nim saying this is indeed a powerful quote. It is, I agree, and I hope that if there is anyone right now who is going through difficult times, this quote isn't to put you down or to not acknowledge the difficulty you're going through. It's to give you a little bit of strength and a bit of hope to try and persevere, to try and push through and do your best, even though things are tough. And that was today's quote, which we have every single day. We're going to take a quick song break, and then we'll be back with the bite-sized banter pre-recorded section. Don't go anywhere. This is Heart of Gold by Neil Young.
Searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting old. Keeps me searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting old. Searching for a heart of gold. You keep me searching and I'm growing old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. I've been a miner for a heart of gold.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing very well, thank you. Are you getting ready for close up to New Year.
Kind of, I am. Did you know we just spent our last weekend of 2024? It's over.
No, it's weird. 2025 seems so futuristic.
Right?
Who knows what kind of robots will be roaming the streets in a few months.
I thought by 2025 the cars would be all like above ground.
Like hovering?
Yeah, hovering.
Hover cars? I would hope so. I guess there's no... the technology isn't quite there yet. So what are we talking about today?
Today, on December 30th, the question is, do you think New Year's resolutions are worth making?
새해 다짐, right? Like, I know people like to make them. I guess it's better than not making them. But, you know, there's the thing called, what is it, 작심삼일?
Yes.
Where people, you know, they're really... pumped up, it's a new year, new me. Go to the gym, take a few photos, and then they just stop after a couple of days.
Exactly.
You know, they say starting is half the battle, so I think it's good. The problem is 유지시키는 거. Making it last. If you can, then I think it's worth it. But if you won't, then I don't know. It'll make you just feel a little bit sad and depressed, maybe.
Me too.
Yeah. What do you think?
So I always make New Year's resolutions.
Okay.
Without a doubt. I always write it in my new planner that I buy that year. But do I actually fulfill it? No.
Give us an example of something you say you will do.
So I have my list from 2023, the day before,
tell us.
that I made for 2024.
Okay.
I said, first, I will walk Mambo a day.
Okay.
No eating after 7:30.
Okay.
That failed like the day of.
Oh, no.
And we were in Osaka when we wrote this.
So you were walking as vacation.
Yeah, so I was like, we didn't walk like this every day.
Yeah.
But then the next day we didn't. And then that night in Osaka, we also just ate so much.
그럼 하루에 몇 보 걸으시나요?
Me?
네.
Average? My phone tells me that I walk around 6 to 8K.
That's pretty good. You know, there's a lot of conflicting studies. I tend to walk between 6 and 8 per day. Some people, you know, a lot of people say go for the golden 10, but there are some people that say 10 can be too much on your knees. So some people say between 6 and 8 is perfect. Of course, it depends on your body and what you're capable of. But I think that's, you know, you shouldn't be disheartened with between 6 and 8. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
As long as you're not driving everywhere.
That's true.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say that's too bad. But eating after 7, you don't do that?
No. We always eat after 7.
Yeah.
Chicken
for 야식. Yeah.
There's a chicken right in front of our apartment.
Yeah.
So whenever we 퇴근 and we come home, the smell of the chicken like frying in that oil, it just consumes us.
유혹에 막 빠질 수밖에 없죠. You just get enticed by the smell of chicken.
Yes.
So that's okay. So, you know, it really was 작심삼일 for you.
For sure.
Are you going to make them this year?
I am going to make them this year.
What is it? We'll hold you accountable.
Well, I still want to walk Mambo a day.
Okay.
And that's the only thing that I thought of so far.
Okay.
Because, you know, there's still one more day.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, for sure.
What about you? Are you going to make any?
Nah.
No.
I don't think I've ever made or written down one of them. Because I know it's symbolic, a new year, it's a chance for a fresh start, but really, you know, it's, you know, a year, New Year's, it's a human-made symbolic time frame. Really, it's all cyclical.
True.
There is no start, there is no end. So if I wanted to start, for example, working out or walking mambo, I would just start from the moment that I decide to do it. So whether it's November, I'll just start now. Like, if you procrastinate, and go, I'm going to do it on January the 1st. I think that kind of shows your attitude towards it. In my personal opinion, I think that, you know, if you really want to do something for a New Year's resolution, just start today or tomorrow, whenever's easiest.
That's true. You should start every day anew.
For sure. But my wife, she's different. She loves writing down New Year's resolutions, goals, plans. She's very meticulous like that. And she's pretty good at going through with them. She doesn't set unrealistic goals.
True.
So, yeah, I have a lot to learn from her. I'm a bit more, listeners, do you do this? Do you make New Year's resolutions? Do you think they're worth making? Or do you just, do they fall through within a few weeks? Let us know. Kimberly, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye. That was our bite-sized banter pre-recorded segment with Kimberly, and today we talked about whether you think New Year's resolutions are worth making. Everyone is different, of course. For some people, they're essential because it gives them a motivation. It drives them to start the new year in a productive and healthy way, oftentimes. But for some people, kind of like myself, I'm not really that good at them. Maybe I should start some. I could probably accomplish a lot more. We have Benny Nim messaging in saying, for me, sometimes it works a lot. However, as time progresses, I get lazier at times when talking about New Year's resolutions that we have. It's definitely true, my friend. That is a phenomenon that affects countless people, right? You start off motivated, but as time goes on, you procrastinate. You either get lazy, not always lazy, but sometimes you get busy and it's difficult to keep up with those resolutions. But if you can keep them, then more power to you. We have some more messages coming in. We also have 만학도 영어님 messaging in saying 많이 늦었습니다. 미국에서 휴가 온 아들 점심 챙기느라 이제 들어왔어요. 1월 28일 출국할 때까지 Midday Mate 1부는 듣기 힘들 것 같아요. 2부도 라디오로 들어야 해서 수업 출발하기 전에 인사하려고 잠깐 들렀어요. Hey, 만학도 영어님, I think that's amazing. Congratulations on seeing your son from the States. You must be incredibly happy to have your family back together. No worries. Your family always comes first. So feed him lunch every single day. And until he leaves, I hope you make many memories and have a great family time. Thank you for coming in, even just temporarily, and saying hi. It means a lot. But I hope that you spend all of this precious time with your son, my friend. Thank you. We also have 팽수아빠님, welcome to the show, my friend, saying, for me, my New Year's resolution is health and travel. That's awesome. Health is always, is always first, right? So take care of your health, 팽수아빠님, and I hope that you are healthy and your body is able, that you may travel and have great experiences. We're going to take a song break, and then we will be back with our next segment, which is Don't Make a Scene. Don't go anywhere. This is I Don't Want to Talk About It by Rod Stewart.
I can tell by your eyes that you proudly been crying forever. And the stars in the sky don't mean nothing to you. They're a mirror. I don't wanna talk about it, how you broke my heart. But if I stay here just a little bit longer, if I stay here, won't you listen to my heart? Oh, my heart. If I stand all alone, will the shadow hide the colors of my heart? Blue for the tears, black for the nights. Feels the stars in the sky don't mean nothing to you. They're a mirror. I don't wanna talk about it, how you broke my heart. If I stay here just a little bit
heart. Oh, my heart. My heart. Oh, my heart.
We just listened to I Don't Want to Talk About It by Rod Stewart, welcoming you back to Midday Mate. It is 1:33 in the afternoon on a Monday, and it is time for our next segment. I just want to read a couple of messages before we move on. We had Im Sung-hwan-nim, who is from Daejeon City, and they said, 대전하면 꿈돌이죠. And I wasn't aware of 꿈돌이, so I researched it, and it's a very, very cute mascot, and I guess it was the mascot during the Daejeon Expo. So cute. It's almost like a Kirby, the character. Really cute. And when I visit Daejeon, I hope to see some 꿈돌이 mascots around the city. That would be really cool to try and find. We also have Juliet Nim coming in saying, 늦어서 죄송해요, you. Hey, you never have to apologize for being late. As long as you come here and say hello, it makes me happy. So Juliet Nim, welcome to the show, and I hope you're doing okay on this Monday. It is time for Don't Make a Scene, and Drift Monkey is saying, I'm so curious about the TV show we'll have on Don't Make a Scene. And saying he did say TV show that some of us might like. Well observed, Drift Monkey, because I have bought a TV show. This is the last one that I'll be doing. So I'll be doing this show for a couple of days until I move to For Your Busan, and then Kimberly will take over with a different show. But for the next 2 days, we're going over a TV show. It started airing in 2006, I believe, and then it wraps up in around 2015, 14, I want to say. But then it's been revived. We've talked about it a couple of times. It's probably on my list of top 5 favorite TV shows. Let's take a listen to the audio clip. It's a very short one, but let's see if you can guess it.
I'm on to you.
Excuse me?
Masuko lifted a print from the alley that matched the kid from juvie. We just grabbed him at Flamingo Park.
Great work, Sergeant.
Yeah, your instincts were dead on.
I told you it's a very short clip. It's just 2 days worth of clip. Can we play that one more time, maybe? It was very short. Let's play it one more time. I'll just put the song back there. So listen, you might recognize the voice of a couple of the characters. One more time.
I'm on to you.
Excuse me?
Masuko lifted a print from the alley that matched the kid from juvie. We just grabbed him at Flamingo Park.
Great work, Sergeant.
Yeah, your instincts were dead on.
It is quite difficult to guess it from such a short clip. Now, Sonia saying, 서전이라고 했는데, he says, yeah, very good, Sergeant. Now, it is a show about somebody who has dark tendencies, and to relieve those dark tendencies, he catches bad people and he sends them to the afterlife. And of course, Drift Monkey Nim is correct in saying Dexter입니다. Dexter. It's definitely one of my favorite shows. It's been a while since it came out now. I recently watched it again. I showed it to my wife and she really enjoyed it. It's a good series. It's a good show. There are 8 official seasons, and they've remade the prequel. It's very popular, so I recommend you watching it. It is, of course, quite... it's an adult show. It deals with adult themes, so be careful. 소희님 saying, 설마 했는데 덱스터라니. I wanted to do it before. Now, about a month ago, I was going to choose Dexter, and so I was trying to get a scene with Dexter and his sister, Deborah. But like I said, Deborah's character, there's too much swearing. She swears a lot, so I couldn't really find a scene that was long enough for 1 week's worth of Don't Make a Scene. But because this is just a shorter one, I found a short clip of Dexter and Sergeant Dokes. Sergeant Dokes is the sergeant of the police force, and he works with Dexter because Dexter is a blood spatter analyst. He analyzes blood at crime scenes. But Sergeant Dokes always suspected Dexter of being a little bit strange. Everyone else never noticed that Dexter was a little bit odd, but Sergeant Dokes was the only character to think suspiciously, to find Dexter suspicious. A Drift Monkey Nim saying Nick binge watching Dexter for work. Yeah, that's my excuse that I watched it for work purposes. Now, the first expression that we're going to cover is I'm onto you. I am onto you. 여러분, I'm into you라는 표현을 아시죠? I'm into you라고 하면 내가 널 좋아한다, 너한테 관심이 있다라는 뜻인데 onto you라고 하면 완전히 다른 뜻입니다. So I'm onto you implies that the speaker has figured out or suspects what someone is doing, usually something sneaky or hidden. So I'm onto you라는 말은요, 누군가의 행동이나 의도를 알아차렸거나 의심하고 있음을 나타내는 표현입니다. It's used really when you don't trust someone. You think somebody is lying. 예를 들어서, you think you can trick me, but I'm onto you. 네가 날 속일 수 있다고 생각하겠지만 나는 이미 다 알아. 네가 어떤 괴물인지 다 알아. I'm onto you. I know what kind of a monster you are. I am onto you. You could also say I suspect you, but I'm onto you is a much more natural expression. Another example is he's been acting suspicious lately. I'm onto him. 그 남자는 요즘 수상하게 행동하고 있어. 내가 눈치챘어. I'm onto him. You could also say, maybe you have a friend or not a friend, and they keep playing pranks on you, right? 계속 장난치고 있어. So you could say, nice try, but I'm onto you and your pranks. 네 장난에 네 입이 다 눈치챘어. You know, I've already noticed how you are playing pranks. I've noticed. I know. I'm onto you. Let's have another look. You could say, don't play innocent. I'm onto you and your little schemes. Don't play innocent. I'm onto you and your little schemes. 순진한 척하지 마. 네 꿍꿍이 다 알아채고 있어. So don't play innocent, that's a good expression too. Don't play innocent. 순수한 척하지 마. 순진한 척하지 마. Don't pretend you're so kind. I'm onto you. 다 알아. I know everything. So that's basically what he's saying here. He's saying that, so Dexter is, I don't really want to use the term, but he has tendencies to, he wants to do certain things. And Sergeant Dokes knows this, and he says, I'm onto you. 네 속셈을 다 알고 있어. I know who you are. I know what you are. So you can say this if you suspect somebody of doing something, or if you suspect them of lying. Benny Nim saying, I'm on to Midday Mate with Nick until tomorrow. That's a very different meaning. I guess I'm on to... You can say, yeah, I guess you can say that. I'm going to stay on Midday Mate until tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't mean that you're suspecting me of something. Drift Monkey Nim saying something good to another listener, Soy Nim saying, I'm on to you. You're hiding this person. And so, yeah, that's a good example. So that was our first one for today. We'll be doing Dexter for the rest of this week of Midday Mate with me, which will be until tomorrow. Let's listen to a song and then we'll be back with Change Up. This is These Arms of Mine by the Proclaimers.
These arms of mine, they are lonely, lonely and feeling blue. These arms of mine, they are yearning, yearning from wanting you. And if you would let them hold you, how grateful I will be. These arms of mine, they are burning, burning from wanting you. These arms of mine, they are wanting, wanting to hold you. And if you would just let them hold you, how grateful I will be. Come on, baby, just be my woman, just be my lover. I need someone, somebody to hold me tight. And I need you one loving arms around me tonight. Just let me hold you, just let me hold you, let my arms hold you, just let them hold you, please let me hold you, just let me hold you, come on and let me hold you, just let me hold you, please let me hold you.
We just listened to These Arms of Mine by the Proclaimers, welcoming you back to Midday Mate. Our previous segment was Don't Make a Scene, where we've been going over the show Dexter as of today. A scene with Dexter and Sergeant Dokes, two people who don't like each other. Sergeant Dokes suspects Dexter of being a monster, and of course he's right. And the expression we learned today was, I'm on to you. I'm on to you. 네 속셈을, 네 꿍꿍이 이제 다 알고 있어. I know what you're up to. We had Soinim saying as well, 독색 영사 저는 참 좋아했는데 너무 슬프기도 하고. Yeah, but let's not have any spoilers because Sergeant Dokes is a very funny character. But I totally know what you mean. He's a great character, great actor, and I know their chemistry was enemies in the series, but they had great chemistry as enemies, I think. Also saying 네게 마지막 Don't Make a Scene이 덱스터라니 너무 기뻐요. 감사합니다. Hey, it's one of my favorite shows too, so I'm very happy to do it, and I'm very glad you enjoyed it. Ponem saying, I arrived safely after driving to their workplace. I'm very glad you arrived safely in one piece. And I hope this today's practice will help grow your driving skills, and then hopefully very soon you'll become a pro driver. A PO driver. It was a very bad joke, but I'm very happy that you made it safely and have a great rest of your day. We're going to move on to Change Up now. And this is where we go over one sentence and then we change it into various different forms just to learn a couple of different ways to say things. Now, today's base sentence is, she got banned from leaving the country. She got banned from leaving the country. 그녀는 출국 금지 당했습니다. She got banned from leaving the country. So to be banned, right, is 어떤 것 금지 당하는 거죠. He got banned from doing something. In this case, banned from leaving the country. So let's change it up. You could say she was forbidden from departing the country. She was forbidden. Forbidden is a good word. Forbidden means it's kind of like a banned from doing something. It means you mustn't do it. You could say, you know, there's the famous, of course, the Bible story, the forbidden fruit. 먹으면 안 되는 과일이라서, right? It's the forbidden fruit. So she got forbidden from departing the country. You could also say, instead of forbidden, you could say she was prohibited from leaving the country. She was prohibited from leaving the country. Prohibited, forbidden, banned, 다 비슷한 뜻입니다. You could also say she couldn't leave the country due to a ban. She couldn't leave. 나갈 수 없었어. She couldn't leave. Or you could say she was prohibited from departing the nation. Now, I would personally use the word country a little bit more. The nation has a bit more of an official feeling. If you're banned from leaving a country, I would say banned from leaving the country or prohibited from departing the country. And that was today's change up. Going over this sentence, she got banned from leaving the country. I hope none of you get banned from leaving the country and that you have freedom to go wherever you like. We're going to take a song break and then we'll be back. This is Another Day in Paradise by Phil Collins. That was Another Day in Paradise by Phil Collins, requested by Benny Nim. Thank you very much for that wonderful song request, Benny Nim. And everyone, welcome back to Midday Mate. We have come to the end of the show. We've got a few messages coming in. We have 소희님 saying 오늘도 감사드려요. 나 PD님의 선곡과 되게 차분한 목소리에 많은 위안 받고 있습니다. 내일 마지막 방송 인사드리러 올게요. I do hope you come tomorrow for my last show at Midday Mates. It's going to be an emotional time, of course, for many reasons, of course. We have Juliet Nim. I was struggling to figure out what you were saying, but Juliet Nim wrote as 하잉씨 for me, and saying N-I-C-K, so N, never, I, C, can thank, can than, K, you enough. So never I can thank you enough. 아이고 감사합니다. That's very nice of you. I guess if I have to try and make one of Juliet, I would say just utterly lovely in every time. It's pretty bad, but that's my 육행시, I guess. That really means a lot, thank you. I hope you come and see me tomorrow. Everyone, time has flown. This week is a period of mourning, so I hope that you can come join me for the rest of the week on both shows to show respect and to show each other love as well. Our last song is going to be I Can't Make You Love Me by Bonnie Raitt. Everyone, have a great afternoon.
Inside my head, lay down with me, tell me no lies, just hold me close, don't patronize, don't patronize.
but you won't. No, you won't. 'Cause I can't make you love me if you try